In my last video, we looked a little bit at what it would look like to be rooted in Jesus. We looked at what it would mean to have that source of life and how that would give us confidence. And today I want us to develop that idea a little bit and to dig a little bit deeper into it. And to do that, we're going to look at Psalm 1. And the first few verses of Psalm 1 says this: Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. So we've got the idea again of being like a tree that is rooted near a stream, that has that source of life. So how do we do that? How do we be those people whose source of life and confidence and just being fed, getting everything we need from Jesus? And it tells us in those other verses. So it starts off by saying, Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. So some of it seems to be about who we don't hang out with, who we don't spend time with, who we don't absorb the thoughts of and the ideals of and the priorities of. And then it goes on to say, but the person who delights in the law of the Lord, who meditates on his law day and night. So it's all about what we're taking in, isn't it? Are we taking in the messages from the world, the messages from people around us who might not be the best influences? Are we absorbing the lies that the world is telling us about ourselves, about what matters? Or are we taking in the truth? Are we meditating on the law of the Lord? Are we spending time reading the Bible, taking it in and letting this shape our thoughts, letting God shape our thoughts and our priorities rather than the world and people around us who might not have it right? And we can think, yeah, delighting in the law of the Lord, like I don't really like reading a book. Obviously, there's loads of ways you can delight in the law of the Lord. It might be reading, it might be listening to the Bible as an audiobook, or using a Bible reading app, whatever it is that is going to help you to connect with the Bible and what it's teaching you. But also taking delight in the law of the Lord isn't just about knowing it, it's about living it. If we take delight in the law of the Lord, like we're doing the stuff that God wants us to be doing. And you might think, but I haven't read the whole book yet. I don't know what that is. But when Jesus was asked what the most important commandments were, he said that it was to love God with all that you've got and to love your neighbour as yourself. And you can remember those two. And we can focus on those two. And even if all we ever tried to do was obey those two, we'd be like trying pretty hard. Like we're never going to totally succeed in that. But if we focus on those, we know that we're walking in the will of God, that we're spending time delighting ourselves in the stuff that delights God. And when we do that, when we're taking in what God wants our priorities to be and we're living that out, then we'll really know life.